Function and organs of the human excretory system. The excretory system, also called the urinary system, filters the blood and eliminates urine, which is made up of metabolic byproducts, ions, and toxins from the body dissolved in a small volume of water. The crucial organ of the excretory system is the kidney, and you have two of them. That helps keep all our body systems maintaining homeostasis by removing wastes and keeping the blood balanced. The amount of water, sugar, and ions circulating in the blood must be balanced for all body systems to work correctly. Water conservation is very important as dehydration is harmful. Ion concentration is important as it determines the blood pH, rates of biochemical reactions, cell signaling, and the osmotic balance of cells. The byproduct of protein metabolism in cells is ammonia, which is represented by NH3. That's toxic because it raises blood pH when it forms the ammonium ion, NH4+. In the liver, ammonia is safely converted to urea, that's this over here, which is filtered out of the blood by the kidneys. Kidneys conserve blood sugar, also known as glucose, so that cellular respiration can provide the energy requirements for life. And of course, removal of drugs and toxins is important for healthy metabolism. The excretory system can change the composition of urine instantly, depending on the body's needs and resources. Here's an interesting fact. The system filters all of our blood every 5 minutes. Not a lot of organs for this critical system. You have 2 kidneys, 2 ureters, a urinary bladder, and a urethra. Together, they provide a system that makes urine, stores it temporarily, and finally excretes it from the body, and hence the name excretory system. Urine is formed in the kidneys, right? 2 kidneys. It enters the ureters, right? That's here and here, 1 per kidney. It gets stored in the urinary bladder and exits the body through the urethra, which has an opening to the outside. The excretory systems of males and females are slightly different with respect to the urethra. Male urethras are much longer and open at the end of the penis. The urethra and penis have functions in both the reproductive and urinary systems. Female urethras are shorter and are separate from the reproductive system. A close-up of the kidneys. Well, obviously, here's the kidney. Well, maybe not obviously, but that's the kidneys. They're supplied with their own artery called the renal artery, and then they have the renal veins, take the blood out of the kidney and back to the heart. And you have the ureters coming down here. And here's your renal artery and renal vein. The kidneys lie in the back of the abdominal cavity, also known as the posterior, under the lower rib cage, and they're surrounded by membranes and a double layer of fat to protect them. Right, so they're pretty high up in your body over there. The right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. That allows room for the right lobe of the liver. And once again, here's a picture of the kidney and renal artery, renal vein coming in over here and going out, ureter here, and then a bunch of other different parts of the kidney. Blood enters the kidney via the renal artery, and that's this red guy over here. And obviously it's not red, this is just color-coded to make it look better. And it exits the kidneys via the renal vein. That's the blue colors there. Renal describes structures and functions associated with the kidney. Inside the kidney, blood vessels branch and form capillaries, which are tightly packed around kidney structures called tubules. They're tiny tubes. Cell-to-cell contact allows transport of small molecules and diffusion of water between the kidney and the bloodstream. The structural and functional unit inside the kidney is the nephron. There are approximately 1 million nephrons inside each kidney. They filter the blood, forming the urine. Each nephron is made up of capillaries and tubules. The formal names of each part of the tubule network are shown, but are beyond the scope of this course. So here's our kidney. We blow that up over here to look at the nephron. And then inside here, that's a closer look at the nephron, where you have the artery coming in, vein coming out, and you're exchanging all the toxins, etc., which is filtered out by the nephron, and it comes down here through a collecting duct. The nephron processes are filtration, reabsorption, and secretion. Let's start with filtration. Blood flows into the nephron via the cup-shaped glomerulus, which is surrounded by Bowman's capsule. Water, urea, ions, and unneeded small molecules pass through the capillary wall from the bloodstream and into the Bowman's capsule. The filtrate then moves into the tubular part of the nephron. Reabsorption, second step. Water and needed solutes in the filtrate are reabsorbed by the blood in the tiny venous capillaries that are packed around the tubules. And finally, secretion. Substances in the blood are transported into the filtrate of the tubules. This eliminates acids, certain drugs, and other toxins. Then, sodium and potassium ions are balanced by reabsorption and secretion. Excretion is the final process of the urinary system. The product of the nephron is urine, which is excreted by flowing into the collecting duct of the nephron, into the renal pelvis, the ureter, bladder, and out the urethra. The blood that exits the nephron via the renal capillaries and the renal vein is now filtered and balanced.